Hey, we are back. The L.I.C.K show on Hits 92.3 with our special guest in the building, Mr. Dr. Omar Reid. How you doing, sir?
Hey, feeling good.
We want to know about this ATL Bubble who is about to take over the ATL. The only thing I'm happy about is not a lot of people I know about it yet. That's not good for you, but we're going to hit it first. And then I'm going to tell the whole world about it.
We're going to hit it first. Straight Ray J action. We're going to hit it first.
We're going to hit it first. For those that don't know what the ATL Bubble is, can you tell us a little bit about what that is?
Well, the ATL Bubble, Atlanta Bubble Tent, it's a camping experience, something like you never seen before. It allows you to be outdoors, but indoors at the same time. In a way, you get to be in nature, experience it without being exposed to the elements.
Okay.
So the bubble is really what it sounds like. It's a bubble that has everything in it like a hotel. You got a bed, you got your TV, you got your Wi-Fi, you got everything. And in the ceiling, it's completely transparent, so you can pretty much see everything outside.
So no nastiness unless you're trying to let the world see.
No, he said the ceiling.
No.
Well,
it's all around too, though.
Yeah, but
It's a bubble.
you have sections of the bubble that's pretty private. You know,
And it has to be, right? The
Yeah.
bathroom.
Yeah, I mean, our first bubble, we built a bathroom inside the bubble, but no, we take the bathroom out because, you know, people be dropping loads.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I
Okay.
haven't thought about that.
Yeah, you don't want to be enjoying the bubble and be smelling it.
Exactly.
Because
Right,
that
right.
smell gonna stick in the bubble.
No, well, the way the bubble works, the way it's designed, it's airflow, so nothing really stays in there in terms of smell.
Oh, okay.
But I'm just saying, you know, right after you want.
Yeah.
Whatever you wanted to.
If a grizzly came, he wouldn't be able to bust the bubble.
If a what?
A grizzly.
A grizzly? Probably.
But we in Atlanta.
Yeah.
You don't know what's in them trees. Listen.
Well, that's in Covington. That's where I'm from. See? A grizzly, a coyote, a crackhead.
Yeah, you're so stupid. We have the deers.
Yeah,
The
we
deers
got-
are run
yeah.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, we
They
have.
be everywhere.
Yeah, we see deer sometimes, but the bubble is weatherproof,
Right.
so you don't have to worry about, you know, I can't promise you about animals, but we haven't tested those.
Right. Yeah, you know,
It ain't animal tested yet.
Yeah.
So I actually experienced a night at the bubble, and we did was it the fluffy?
Yes, the fluffy
The
bubble.
fluffy bubble.
Yeah.
What I liked about it, like you said, was for me, okay, so my husband loves to camp, and he's like a true camper. Like, he don't want to go to a place where it has showers and you can bring your food. He wants to catch his food, skin it, kill it, cook it. He's a real true camper.
Yeah.
Me, I just want to go for the experience, but I want a bathroom. I don't want to sleep outside. So I feel like the ATL Bubble gives you a balance for both. So you still get to camp for men, and for the women that still want to be like inside without all the bugs and not sleeping on the ground because you have beds. It's a great medium for both.
Exactly. So we call it modern camping.
Yes.
So it's also called glamping. A lot of people be using that.
Glamping?
Yeah,
I like that.
glamping. Yeah, it's glamorous camping. And pretty much, you know, we designed this for Atlanta folks. Atlanta is a concrete jungle. And a lot of people don't get an opportunity to actually go out.
Right.
And then if you do have an opportunity to go out in the outdoors, you have to drive 3-4 hours
Yep.
away. So we decided to bring the environment in the city and experience that camping experience without actually roughing it.
Right.
And that's what we eliminate, that factor of people being afraid to camp, afraid to go outdoors, afraid to have fun outdoors.
Afraid to have fun.
You see what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Right.
So that's where we'll bridge your gap and also give you that comfort where you have air condition
Yep.
in your bubble. Now it's the winter, we have heat now. You got a nice 12-inch memory foam gel bed
That's
that just
dope.
eats you up when you sleep on it. So yeah.
So where did the concept come from? The fact that you have like the AC, the heat, and the TV, those are the main things that you don't get while you're doing real deal camping. Where did
Right.
that concept come from?
So I just wanted to get away from my kids, to be honest. Yeah, that's.
So you took the flat screen off the wall and took it in the backyard?
I didn't.
Extension cord.
you know, y'all can have all this, man.
So I didn't have a man cave. You know, I had a very nice house, but you know, I was in the military, so I went out a lot. I was in Afghanistan, got deployed, so I know how it is to be out
Okay.
in the, you know, the terrain and so on. But at home, I don't want to experience that, and I have a little phobia for that here.
Right.
I'm just afraid that a bear is gonna jump out of nowhere and get me. So I wanted to be somewhere where I can still check my Instagram, watch TV, my favorite Netflix shows, and just chill out without the kids, in my face.
That's
So
dope.
my wife and I, we came up with this idea that, hey, let's just put a tent in the backyard. And then we started to, research what we can do, how we can design it. We came up with the bubble tent idea.
So you said you was in like the fluffy one. Like, so it's
Yeah.
different types.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like
there's
break
plenty.
down a few of the the standard different types that you can.
Very good question. So we have a lot of different designs. Some that are upcoming that Atlanta never seen before. We're even gonna have bubble tree houses. So-
I always wanted a tree
That's
house.
dope.
Oh my
So-
gosh, I'm excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be. We wanna have bubble tents on the water, floating bubble
I
tents.
said
I wanted
He
to
did
do
say
that.
that. He said that
I
on the
wanna
way
do
here
that
tonight.
one.
He
Yeah.
said
I
that.
wanted to do
Yeah,
that.
I got. Hey, I'm sorry. When you do that, can I be the first one?
I
Let
wanna
me-
do
I be
that.
getting
The
it.
Lick Show.
Yes,
I be
the
getting
Lick
it
Show.
on that
I
one.
definitely
Let
want to
me
do the water
because
one.
on the way here, I had just said
He
that because I
literally
was
just
looking.
said
I was
that.
like, this would be dope on the water.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going. I'm sorry.
I definitely wanna
I'm
do that
going.
one.
Put one out. I'll be the first to go. I got that.
I
I tell you what's wrong, what you need to add, all that good stuff. Just give me
Look, hey,
3
man,
days.
Look, I got a little seasick, so we gotta.
Look, just give me 3 days. Look, 3 days of bed and a little bit of shade.
All right.
A little bit of shade. A little bit of shade. A little bit of
I got you.
shade.
Okay, so you got one that'll be on the water. You got one that's like a tree house, and what were the other ones?
So the ones that we have now are the terrestrial ones where different designs. That one you went to is for a couple.
All right.
And then we have a bigger one called the Alien Bubble. And it has an alien type theme. And it's multiple compartments. You can bring as much as 6 people there. And so on.
Sound nice getaway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the original bubble that was back in Stone Mountain, we had a single room. It was It was a much bigger room. It was like room, bathroom, everything, boom, in one. Then we have things called the dome, where it's like a bubble tent, but it has a frame inside of it. So the original bubble tent idea was to use air to keep the structure inflated. So it looks like a spaceship, right? And so the domes now, they have these big frames. You don't use the air anymore. And, you just put it up and it just there permanently.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
So we're
nice.
actually building a resort.
God,
I
really?
can't tell you where
Hey,
yet.
look,
Right.
I'm gonna text you like, where is it? at?
Right.
It's still in production. We have to go through a lot of legal
Yes.
stuff and so on because, again, we're the first of its kind in America. So they don't know how to regulate us.
This
That's
God,
the problem.
yeah.
So
And that's dope.
I can see this on a movie. Like, tell me someone's approached you about putting this on a movie because it looks like it's just like a Tyler
Like
Perry
a
movie.
scary movie.
Well, it's gonna be on BET soon,
Oh.
within the next month or
That's
so.
right,
Yeah.
featuring you and City.
Yeah. I
All
said,
right.
oh, I want to go to the ATL Bubble. So,
On what show?
Cop Watch America. That comes on
Hey.
tonight at 11 o'clock.
Shameless plug, shameless plug.
Yay.
We
But
do
yeah,
this.
ATL Bubble. So, say I came to you and I was like, I want to get into the ATL Bubble. I want one in my backyard. Is there a process that you can talk about?
So pretty much you can visit our website, you can sign up, we
Okay.
review you and so on and screen you. But pretty much we have people that host for us. So when I say host, that means you welcome guests, you take care of the bookings, you process payment, so on. You have other people who actually provide the land for us. So they provide the property, we put the bubbles on and we do our thing. Then you have people that do both, that they provide the property and they also host it. We are also getting into small partnerships where people can actually buy the bubble,
Right.
and we do royalty agreements and so on. So as long as they want to use it for the business purposes, then we can come up with some sort of agreement. And then you can actually own the bubble for yourself, but you just can't use it for business unless we.
Yeah,
Correct.
you're a part
Yeah.
of it. That's
That's a
smart.
perfect
That's
idea.
smart.
Brain just went off. Talk to you after this.
All right, cool.
So I was thinking it was like a hotel full of bubbles, and you go there, and it was an actual place with multiple bubbles. Am I wrong?
There is, but that's in production.
Oh, okay.
Right. So the whole idea behind this whole business was, I didn't intend it to be a business at first. I just let some friends try it, and they're like, "Hey, I'd pay for this." I'm like, "Okay." So
By mine.
so that's how it started, and again, it's never been done before in the U.S. This is something that's popular in Europe, in Canada,
I was gonna
but
say,
Okay.
I've seen
not
some
in
things
America.
Like that, yeah.
Okay.
Because the regulations here are so high and it's so dynamic where every state is different,
Yeah.
every city is different, every county is different. It's just a nightmare or a paperwork.
Too many bylaws.
Yeah. So, we are navigating through the whole thing, and then once we reach that point, because we have the property, we have the units, we have everything. We actually had a soft introduction to the entire Atlanta area. We are packed, and we had an event and let people see what it's like and experience it for free, and so on. So there's a lot of things that we can do. But to answer your question, definitely we're going to have an entire resort dedicated. We have a 7-acre property. The bubble is going to be on a lake. You're going to have space to ride around, chill out, everything. So yeah, we
great.
are going to build a community of them.
My name's on the reservation.
Ah.
I'm already there.
And that'll get way more women out because we do a camping trip every year.
Oh yeah.
And it is so hard to get the wives to come. So
Yeah.
he literally pushes me to, you gotta go talk to the women to get them to come. And they're like, oh, if she goes, then I'll try it out. Because I'm not an outside person and I don't even look like I would be outside. But I actually enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
I just would enjoy it more if we had an ATL bubble.
Yeah.
Because it's still inside with the AC and I can still do all the activities of camping.
Right.
So
And
yeah, I love that concept.
one the thing is with the bubble, you can have it anywhere. So if you want to put a bubble on your roof, you can. If you want, depend on the design that you want. So it's just such a dynamic thing where it tends, you think about putting sticks together to make a triangle, or the bubble you can shape it, you can design it however you want.
Right.
So you can even make it completely transparent if you're really on the wild side. So and
Put me on the
we
water.
have
That's
those.
fine.
So that's really the direction we're going. We want it to be a business where it's not just camping, but it's an experience. It's something that when you go there, you want to take a picture, you want to remember
Exactly.
those moments. So yeah.
Now, is this a product that's like very affordable to the average person?
To rent one or to purchase one?
Like
To just experience.
just to experience it.
Oh, he's saying
to experience
yeah,
it.
to rent for a
Yeah.
weekend or a
But
night.
for people
Yeah.
that may want to just get away for the weekend, is it cost effective for them? Like how?
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah.
reasonable.
It's pretty reasonable.
Like
we have to
hotel
compete
fees?
with the hotels.
Okay.
So being that we're new on the scene and people are very skeptical, saying, "Hey, what's this big transparent bubble? I'm not gonna feel safe or whatever."
Right.
Until they actually come there, they actually experience it and understand that this is a place to be. When you go out, when you go on vacation and you want to spend some time with your loved one or even your family, everyone goes to a hotel. That's so boring.
Right.
There's nothing new. What are you gonna get new from a hotel? What, a new pool? A
Exactly.
different layout. But a bubble gives you something that you never experienced before.
Right.
Even if you experience it a second time, it's still gonna feel new.
Exactly.
And then we have such a variety of bubbles available, then you can just experience a different one every time. So that's where we go. And back to what Kels was saying about she feeling, a little bit nervous about the outdoors or going out. These were specifically designed for people like you. Yeah. So you have that security, without worrying about the actual outdoors, although you're outdoors.
The one that we did was for couples.
Mm-hmm.
Are they all designed for different types of events or different people that you're looking for? Like, do you have one that's for maybe like a party scene, one for kids? Is it like set up that way or?
So eventually, right now, we only have one for a couple, and the
Okay.
other is for family.
Okay.
So even if you visit our Instagram page, @Fluffy Bubble, it's more geared to an intimate type of scene, and then the Alien Bubble is more of a family type of scene. Of course, it's bigger
Right.
and it's a little bit tougher than the Fluffy Bubble.
Okay.
So the amenities are still the same, but it's just the layout is different. It's more family friendly.
Okay.
Mhm.
And are they all throughout Atlanta, or you have them in certain areas
Yeah,
close by each other?
They're in Atlanta. We have in Atlanta, north of Atlanta, south of Atlanta, east of Atlanta, and we also have a Dallas bubble in Texas,
Okay.
and we're probably going to have a Miami bubble soon.
Oh, you definitely gotta have one in Miami. So you have one in your backyard now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So yours is probably extra decked out, ain't it?
Oh yeah.
Probably got upstairs,
We got the
downstairs.
pole in it, everything.
Oh man.
So are the kids allowed in it?
No.
In
Hell
the
no.
new man
Who said
cave.
hell no?
I got that for him. Hell no.
Yeah, we got a fence around it. You know, cameras, everything. Get away, kids!
Nobody's allowed in here.
Like when daddy go on vacation, we're leaving the state, I'm going there.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, so do you have any specials or anything that you want to tell the people?
Well, we do have special offers. We're on Airbnb. So if you're ever looking for an experience or so on, you just, look us up. You can Google us. You can Google ATL Bubble. You can Google Bubble Tents, Atlanta, Fluffy Bubble, Alien Bubble, anything Bubble. You pop up.
For someone who wants to host one on their land, and you said you do an extensive check on them, do you do literally do a background check?
Pretty much, yes.
And do you have to have a certain amount of yard? Like, does it have to be an acre, 2 acres? Like, how much
It's
space?
subjective. It also depends on the county, because some counties don't like us.
Okay.
So, it depends on the county, it depends on your city. That would also determine if you're eligible to have a unit. But the yard space, again, it's case by case. I have people that have, 3 acres, and I have people that just have, less than an acre, quarter of an acre or so on.
Mm-hmm.
But we just wanted enough space where when someone visits, they can feel comfortable.
You smoking the bubble?
No, because that's a fire hazard.
Gonna melt the
I
bubble down.
I know everybody listen. A lot of people listen. Like,
I'm not gonna lie.
just imagine themselves find a.
I know.
Not gonna lie.
Everybody asks me that. They call it hot box.
I wasn't gonna,
Right, bro. The bubble be great.
The bubble.
I wasn't gonna ask. I was just gonna assume that I can do it. I'm gonna do it.
I had to ask. Like you said, I just can tell it's not as durable. I mean, shoot, if you can't smoke in certain hotels, I know you probably can't smoke in
Right.
bubbles.
I
I was
mean,
thinking,
the
you be geeked out of your mind.
The bubble is flame retardant, but it still would be recommended because sometimes you have accelerants. If you drop the cigarette on the carpet, that's an accelerant. You can burn, But if you smoke it, do this on the bubble, you put your cigarette out, it's not going to burn the bubble. You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense.
Yeah, it won't it won't burn through the bubble, but it can cause some damage.
Right.
Yeah.
And you don't want to pay for the bubble
No, hell
just
no.
for smoking, because someone did.
I want to know the worst experience you've had of someone renting out the bubble.
What was the question? If someone actually burned the bubble?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually the worst experience. I can answer both.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Explain.
So we had a guest, and we usually have a regular, check-in time that you can come in, and they passed that. So my host, they're like, okay, I'm going to bed. This person's not coming, and we lock the gate and so on.
Okay.
So they scale the fence, and that original bubble, it wasn't designed like the new ones. You have to
Right.
kind of go through a sequence of, you open the door, close the door, unless all the air is going to come out, it's going to collapse. So, and then when you zip it up, you have to unzip it a little bit so you can get the extra air out, otherwise it's going to deflate too.
Oh.
So
Gotcha.
that was the original, that was a prototype. So anyways, this is how the prototype got burnt down. So the person went in, it was winter, they had all the heaters on, and then they didn't get the briefing, because usually we'd walk them through how to use it.
Right.
And they went in, and bubble collapsed, and they just gave up on it, like, oh, I can't get this bubble to stay up. And
Right.
they just scaled over the fence again and
uh,
left
To go home.
to go home. And
left the
then
heaters on.
we didn't even know anything till like 12 p.m. the next day. But the bubble was durable though. It just bored a small, maybe 2 centimeter hole in
Oh,
it.
that's not bad.
And this was on every heater. So it was out of all the 3 heaters that melted it on,
Yeah.
it was just one small hole. But then they bought me a new bubble.
Yeah, they had no choice.
So
I didn't
Yeah,
know
I
what
loved
you was
it.
talking about when you kept on talking about the bubble and something. Just like,
Yeah,
that's
it's
some-
really, really
that's
dope.
some
So if y'all are
weird-
listening on the app, make sure, tell them the website too.
www.atlbubble.com.
Make sure y'all go look at atlbubble.com.
Is this what it's on Instagram? ATL Bubble?
ATL
Yeah,
Bubble.
ATL Bubble.
And you say it comes with a bed, of course,
Mm-hmm.
TV,
Yeah. Wi-Fi.
Couch.
Wi-Fi, a couch.
Mm-hmm.
That's the dope part.
What was that one item that everybody abused the most?
The microwave.
Really?
So
Like
they
they
put
don't
foil
have one?
paper in the
Oh.
microwave. They,
Yeah.
they'll like put a lot of stuff in it explode. And I'm like, I'm not cleaning this shit up.
Good.
why not a refrigerator? Like, what was wrong with the fridge?
The fridge, a lot of times when it gets really hot outside, like we got some brutal summers, you're in the bubble in the height of noon and it's like 100 degrees. There's no way the AC is going to cool it down. So what people do, they just open the refrigerator too.
Oh.
And then the condensation creates
be black
flooding.
Yeah.
So like, you know what, refrigerator, out of here.
So how did y'all counteract that? Like, now how do you keep the bubble cool? Like, what is
Yeah, we
this?
do have air conditioning unit, but we
Okay.
also recommend to our guests that if it's like past 98 degrees, our check-in time is usually, you know, in the late evening when it cools down anyways, and
Right.
checkout is before it gets hot.
Okay.
So,
And that's what you recommended with us.
right.
Yeah, because I think we did a 6 p.m. check-in, which
Right.
was perfect because if we would have came at like 4 or 5 o'clock,
Yeah, it would be.
it'd have been
Mhm.
Yeah.
How long has this been like going on? Like, well, this is the second year, third year.
Pretty much the second year. The first year was just an experiment before we decided that we're actually going to put money into it. We're pretty much book solid every day. So after seeing that feedback, we decided that, hey, this is actually a profitable business. This is something that we can grow, we can manifest into something greater that no one ever seen before. The challenge is that I've experienced a lot with doing this business is the fact that I'm a black man. So I get a lot of kickback and pushback from, you know, authorities. I almost got arrested, you know, for doing the bubble.
Are you serious?
Yeah, someone posted a photo of the bubble. It wasn't my bubble, but just a picture of it. They were having like some sort of retreat, and the cops came for me.
Wow.
Yeah, they were actually planning to arrest me for
what?
having an event without a permit.
Oh wow.
But it wasn't even
But
you.
It wasn't even me.
See?
Yeah.
Aha, y'all tried it.
So that was a good wake-up call to know that they're watching.
They're watching.
Yeah.
Because you have something very unique.
And if it's the first in US,
Mhm.
they're definitely watching.
And they want
Yeah.
money off of it.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not like them.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I get that a lot. I mean, even sometimes, you know, when I go to meetings and so on, and I discuss with different people, they treat me like scum in a way, you know, like it really hurts.
Right.
Because I feel like if it was somebody else, I wouldn't be spoken to a certain way, I wouldn't be guided a certain way, you know, and that's just the vibe I get. So it is challenging sometimes to keep pushing because I can do anything. You see what I'm saying? I'll make good money
Right.
doing my regular job, you know. I'm an IT guy and so on. And this is entirely out of my domain. I don't do hospitality or anything like that. So this is brand new, but you know what? I love it. This is something that I'm passionate about.
Yeah.
So no matter the pushback, the fight, or so on, I feel like that's what makes me a little bit stronger, a little bit wiser. Some things that I expected to just fall into my lap easy because, you know, I think I'm cute or I'm well-spoken or I have a doctorate or blah, blah, blah. People just be like, hey, you're a good guy. You know, you got a great idea. I'm going to support you. No,
Right.
it is completely
Right.
opposite. It's
Yes.
like, who are you? Who you think you are? Doctor of what? You know,
Why did you
so
got a degree?
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. So it's exactly like that. So you know, don't be fooled going into business in Atlanta, especially. It's a fight.
Yes,
Yeah.
dog eat dog world.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you so much for coming out.
Absolutely.
Keep pushing.
Oh yeah,
We looking for them new bubbles. The alien bubble.
Yeah.
We'll be in there soon.
Is the blue one?
it's a black,
The black
The
one.
black
Mhm.
one? Okay.
Black bubbles matter.
Yeah. So tell everybody where to find you at, sir, before we get up out of here.
Find me at ATL Bubble on Instagram. You can look up Fluffy Bubble or the Alien Bubble Tent.
Thank you so much, Dr. Omar Reid.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.